The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Steve Young expects big things from Aaron Rodgers in 2024. He recently spoke with Rodgers at the golf event the two were at. So we'll tell you what Steve Young had to say, and I'll give you my thoughts on that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. We're not taking a day off on this channel. A live show on a Sunday. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and, of course, spread the word to your fellow Jet fans. We talk Jets each and every day here on the show. We're another day closer to training camp. Just think about it. Jets report to camp on July 23rd. Their first on-field practice is on July 24th, so we're getting closer and closer to the start of training camp and the start of the 2024 season. Before we dive in to what Steve Young had to say, let's give some love to Addison, who just decided to make it rain before the monologue even got started. Let's go, Addison. Boom. 5 channel memberships have just been gifted.
Oh, nice.
If you hear your name called, courtesy of Addison, you're now a channel member. Dakota, Huge Johnson, Canuck Jets 9-6, Dominic Savane, Ernesto Rivera. You guys are all officially channel members courtesy of Addison. Best fan base in sports. Shout out to Addison for coming through for the people. All right, let's hear from Steve Young. He was a guest on the Rich Eisen show on Friday. Steve Young playing in the same tournament Aaron Rodgers is playing in, Lake Tahoe. I think it's the ACC Championship it's called. Either way, that's irrelevant. Here's Steve Young being asked about Aaron Rodgers.
So then I guess I should ask, because I know he's there. Have you seen Aaron Rodgers? You run into him, Steve?
Looking good. And so if Aaron stays healthy and can rip it, then he is that guy. So put him in the mix. But again, in the AFC. So it just gets, harder for those teams to get to the Super Bowl.
So what 2 cents would you have for him before I let you go, Steve? What 2 cents would you have for Rodgers?
It doesn't take any brain power to stay healthy, right? Like you have to stay game to game, 16, 18, 17 games, you got to stay healthy. So, okay, number one. So if he stays healthy, then it's around, does he get the help that he needs, right? Does he get protected? Are they going to protect him? If he gets protected and he stays healthy, dude, he learned in a much more rigorous time. He is going to take advantage of today's game where, the rule changes and the pressure on defenses, even this year where you can't drag a guy down. Everything's working against defenses for the last 10 years. And he's the guy that who grew up in a very sophisticated time where nobody was open. So if he gets protected, he's going to kill it.
He's going to kill it if he stays healthy. And isn't that what this Jet season is all about? Because really, you can't knock the roster, the talent. It's all about just, can Aaron stay healthy? And here's the thing. While he's coming off a very serious injury, it's not like he has a history of very serious injuries. And it's not like when you look at Aaron Rodgers with the Jets, there have been any signs of him not being ready to roll once training camp starts. He was participating on the scout team as their quarterback in December last year and playing well. You heard Randall Cobb say he was coming back if they were alive late in the season. Joe Tippmann said the same thing to me via FaceTime. CJ Mosley said the same thing to me on this show. You guys watched it back in February. So I'm expecting Aaron Rodgers to be fully healthy. And if he doesn't have a history of injuries, the only thing you can point to is, well, he'd get hurt again because it's the Jets, or, well, he's 40, so that means he gets hurt. But I don't know if I buy that either. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're automatically set to get hurt. And the way Aaron takes care of his body, he's not your typical 40-year-old. Just like he wasn't your typical 37 or 38-year-old when he was winning back-to-back MVPs. And I think the timeline of Aaron's injury matters here too. It happened week 1. You'd be way more concerned if this happened in like November. This happened as early in the season as it possibly could happen on the 4th play of week 1. So the key is health, but as Steve Young points out, Aaron's been around this so long that he does have the opportunity to benefit from all these rules. He even brought up the hip drop tackle, which is a good point, right? It is just so hard to play defense now. That's why the Jets having as good of a defense as they do is impressive, because it's hard to be great defensively now in the NFL. It's such an offensive league. All the rules favor the offense. So the big thing is protecting Aaron Rodgers, but does anyone look at the Jets offensive line and not think it's not one of the 10 best units in football? Whether it's Sharp Football Analysis or PFF, they all have glowing things to say about the Jets offensive line. People don't want to admit it, because then that would mean you have to give the Jets credit. You have to say good things about the GM. You have to say good things about Aaron Rodgers. We know the media hates. But they have a really good offensive line. Now, the key is Tyron Smith being healthy, AVT being healthy. But Morgan Moses has been an Iron Man. Joe Tippmann, I think, has a chance to be damn good. John Simpson is an ascending young player who's better than what they had at left guard last year. And they have legitimate backup depth, right? Fashanu was a really smart pick. He's going to be huge for this team. Carter Warren now has some seasoning. Max Mitchell now has some seasoning. Wes Schweitzer, I know he got hurt last year, but this is the guy that has started before. They have way more depth than they've had in a long time. And most importantly, they have Tyrod Taylor backing up Aaron Rodgers in case he does not make it through all 17 games. But when the only thing you could say about the Jets is, well, Aaron Rodgers, will he stay healthy? I say, all right, I'll take my chances, because a year ago at this time, I'd like to remind everyone the two biggest storylines with health regarding quarterbacks was Tua and Lamar Jackson. Lamar won an MVP, played every game. Tua played every game. Team made the playoffs. So sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to this stuff. Like, can't I say the same thing about Joe Burrow? Right? Joe Burrow has suffered 2 injuries in his brief career that have ended his season. His rookie year and last year. So can I sit here and say, well, Joe Burrow, he's got to stay healthy too? Like, I don't think we talk about Joe Burrow being injury prone. So why don't we talk about Aaron Rodgers being injury prone? He doesn't have a history of injuries. He had a fluke accident last year in week 1 and had one of the more remarkable recoveries from that injury anyone has ever seen. So now the question is, if they could get some injury luck with Aaron, how good is the team around him? And I think the team around him is the most talented team the Jets have put on a field since 2010. If Aaron's healthy, this is a 10-win team, and they got to go to the playoffs. They've won 7 the last 2 years, people. It's funny, when you talk to people about the Jets who aren't Jet fans, even some who are Jet fans, it's like they look at you like you have 10 heads if you talk about this team being good, this team winning 10 or 11 games. That should be the bare minimum they do. They've won 7 the last 2 years with the worst collection of quarterback play in the league by far. Specifically, the worst quarterback play in the league since at least 2015. Think about where the Jets would be if they had Sam Darnold quarterbacking them last year. Justin Fields quarterbacking them last year. Look where Trevor Siemian even is on this list. And we saw it. We saw the difference They won 2 of their final 3 games with Simeon at quarterback. They had a winning record with Simeon starting. Then you look at where Zach Wilson is, and there's still people out there who can't fathom the Jets actually being good when they've won 7 the last 2 years with Zach Wilson playing the majority of their games. In fact, they actually had a winning record with Zach in 2022. That's how good Breece Hall was carrying that offense at the beginning of the season. So I'm with Steve Young. If Aaron's healthy, I still think he's going to be a really good quarterback. Is he going to win the MVP? Probably not, but he doesn't need to. And if he does, the Jets are competing with the Kansas City Chiefs to be the 1 seed in the conference. But if Aaron's out there, he's going to play well. He's too smart. His arm is still too good. And he's throwing to Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams and Malachi Corley. And maybe, just maybe, Devontae Adams by the trade deadline. So they're not that far away. But it comes down to health, as we all understand. But if we're going to play the game, if he's healthy, like, yeah, we all understand that. But guess what? You know, Tom Brady never had a history of injuries. Unfortunately, his 2008 season ended in week 1 as well. Right? Like, it's football, man. Like, you still need injury luck. I'm not wishing for this, but I promise you, in Mahomes' great career, there's probably going to be a year where he loses most of a season due to a catastrophic injury. It happens. You play long enough, it happens. Happens to all the greats. So, you know, at the end of the day, you need luck involved in this, but the only thing we could say is if he's healthy, it's like, all right, we get it, but you know, I'll take my chances. He's not your typical 40-year-old quarterback. He's just not. And for those saying, oh, he's trying to do something that's never been done before, look at Brett Favre's age 40 season. Look at any of Brady's age 40 seasons. Look at some of Drew Brees' age 40 seasons, 40 and beyond. Warren Moon. Like, there's guys who have done it. They're all Hall of Famers. People will say, well, look what happened to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's arm, his shoulder, that got screwed up, right? He had the neck injury, and then his shoulder fell apart. Aaron does not need his full athleticism from his non-plant leg on his Achilles to be really good. We showed you film the other day where a lot of the plays he was making in his last year in Green Bay, how easily transferable that would be to the Jets, where it's just the ability to throw it accurately, get the ball out quick, identify a defense. And Rodgers getting hurt when he did means he's fully recovered now going into this upcoming season. If there is a silver lining from the nightmare we went through, it's that it happened early. He told you over the weekend that his Achilles feels good going into camp. And that's the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, if you're the Jets, all that matters is getting to week 1 with your team as fully healthy as possible. If there was ever a team that could hit a button and just fast forward it through camp and get to week 1, it's the Jets. They don't need any of the distractions. They don't need any injuries. Can they get to week 1 healthy, and we'll take our chance? Just remember, Steve Young's talking about can they protect him, right? A year ago at this time, we didn't know who the 5 guys were that were going to start for the Jets in the offensive line. We didn't know till the last week who the 5 were. The Jets have known since March 15th, Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, Elijah Vera Tucker, Morgan Moses were the 5 guys starting. They've known that. If you missed it yesterday, here was Aaron Rodgers being interviewed on NBC, being asked about his Achilles.
My Achilles feels good. I felt really good at the end of last year. Then there's kind of, there's always that kind of plateau part. It's just about getting back into it. I felt good all spring. Had a nice OTAs. Had a beautiful trip to Egypt. And this is like the last marker. Summer's over on Sunday. Walking up 18 is like super bittersweet, but it's fun to be out here. Especially, AJ and Miles, 2 of my best friends.
Summer's over on Sunday. That's today. Jets training camp next week. Report date, July 23rd. First on-field practice, July 24th. 1 week to go, Jet fans. 1 week to go. Less than 40 days to go until our first ever Asmaniac watch party. We're going to be at T Squared Social, right next to Bryant Park, right next to Grand Central Station. It is a free event for every Jet fan to attend. It's for the Jets-Panthers preseason game on August 17th. 6:30 p.m. we get it started. Kickoff is at 7. Come hang out, enjoy drink specials, food specials, hang out with your fellow Asmaniacs. V-Man's doing the halftime show. At least I hope. But RSVP with the link in the description. Come hang with us. It is going to be an absolute blast. Let's open it up. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Ladies and gentlemen, today's show is presented by Huga House. You saw Aaron rocking a one-of-one Huga House hat in that clip I just played. Get yourself an official hat from Huga House. Use promo code Asman at checkout so you can get 15% off with your purchase. You buy one hat, you get the second hat 30% off. It's not just Aaron Rodgers who's rocking the Huga House. It's also Tyler Conklin, Kevin from The Office, Shane Gillis, Otani, and many more. HugaHouse.com. Promo code Asman at checkout for 15% off. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially raining channel memberships. Are you kidding me? Norm, go Jet yourself. Dropping a 10 spot for the people. Let's go, Norm.
Show me the money. Show me the money! Money.
Oh, baby. Here we go. 10 memberships from Norm. Dr. Nesniff, Anthony Miguel, Chris, Ragnar, Nick Shields, Trilly Trill, Joey R., Abe Eckstein, Chris Herrera, Jonathan Kennelly. You are all officially channel members. You all are officially as maniacs. Let's go. Shout out to Norm for making it rain. We entered today's show needing about 120 memberships for our next emoji. If you missed it yesterday, we did in fact hit the threshold required to put Bobby in the orange chair emoji live for the Asmaniacs to use. So shout out to everyone who donated a membership or did it the old-fashioned way. We couldn't have done it without you. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. NY Jet super fan starts us off here. Our defense and special teams are awesome. We have a good group of weapons. Rodgers is the GOAT, in my opinion, winning the Super Bowl. All depends on the O-line. It depends on health for the entire team. Right? The Jets have been very healthy on defense the last couple of years. You're going to need that again this year. They should look into why the defense has been so healthy, yet the offense has not been. Why has the offensive line suffered through carnage in that room while the defensive line has been remarkably healthy? Other than Al Woods, the last 2 years, have the Jets had a major injury on defense? We could say Carl Lawson, I guess, but Carl Lawson was injury prone from the second he became a Jet. He was injury prone in Cincinnati. Why is the Jets defensive line so much more healthy than the offensive line? Why is that? They should look into that. These are the things you wonder. You know, last year they lost Chuck Clark due to an injury, but they replaced him right away with Adrian Amos. That was significant, but that wasn't the end-all be-all injury. But for the most part, this defense has been very healthy, right? The star players have played. Let's knock on every wood I can find around us that remains the case. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm checks in. Making good on my promise to gift 10 memberships after buying the New York Jets game tickets from James Bianco. Thanks, Jake. Let's go, Norm. Norm's going to be at the Texans-Jets game, the group buy with your fellow Asmaniacs. For those going to that game, stay tuned. I'm working with Gotham City crew on an epic tailgate we're going to have for everybody. So more on that when it becomes official, but just stay tuned. We got big tailgate plans for those doing that group buy with us. Dakota says, I want Justin Simmons before the season starts. I want Margot Robbie before the season starts too, Dakota. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Mike D's Nuts checks in. Went back and watched Rodgers highlights. Good Lord. Hey, if you're ever bored, it's a pretty fun activity. I recommend it. You don't even need to go back that far. We showed you plays the other day from 2022, his quote-unquote down year, where he killed it. So come on. Keep him healthy. And big things are coming. That's the bottom line. Right, Mike?
Is this Mike D's Nuts?
You bet your ass it is. Nate says a Jake show today means a Bobby show today. Bobby's live at all hours of the day. There's always a Bobby show. When was the last day Bobby didn't do a show? He's the Cal Ripken of YouTubing. Herman says run blocking scheme this year, hoping keeps our O-line healthy. I hope so. Steven says, speaking of Rodgers highlights, watching 20 and 21, our team is so much better. I agree. Right, but Rodgers made that team what that team was because he was playing at an MVP level and he had the best receiver in the league in Devontae with him. They were unstoppable. So, the bottom line would be with this team, if he's not at that level, is the talent level so good around him that he doesn't need to do that for the same result to happen? I think the answer is yes. Now, I'll say this. The AFC is tougher than the NFC, but the Jets' schedule, they don't play the Chiefs. They don't play the Ravens. They don't play the Bengals. It's a favorable schedule. That's never brought up either. Yeah, they got to play a lot of games early, but I think the Jets' schedule is favorable. It should not be used as an excuse if they don't win this year. Don't let the Jets try and spin the schedule as a reasoning behind them not coming through. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody. We'll pull the schedule up here just to emphasize what I'm talking about. The toughest game of the season you get done with first. After that, Rodgers versus Will Levis. Rodgers versus Brissett or a rookie. Rodgers versus a rookie or Zach Wilson or Jarrett Stidham. Rodgers versus Sam Darnold or a rookie. Rodgers versus Josh Allen. You're at home. You've beaten the Bills the last 2 years with Zach Wilson. Rodgers versus Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. Rodgers versus a rookie. Rodgers versus Stroud. Short week, you're at home. Rodgers versus Kyler Murray. Rodgers versus Anthony Richardson. Rodgers versus the bye week. I'll take the Jets. Rodgers versus Geno Smith. Rodgers versus Tua. Rodgers versus Trevor Lawrence. Rodgers versus Matthew Stafford. Rodgers versus Josh Allen. Rodgers versus Tua in cold weather. Really look at it like that. Why shouldn't the Jets win 11 or 12 games if he's healthy? Now, there's a simplistic way to look at it. I get it. It's all about when you play teams, injuries happen. But this just shows you the advantage the Jets will have in a lot of games this year. Try stacking the box against the Jets. Watch what happens. Then if you don't stack the box, watch what Breece Hall does this year. That's the difference. But you need health, right? You need Breece healthy to do some of this stuff. So you need luck involved. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in so the show can continue. 165 people watching. Can we get over 100 likes? Can we make that happen, people? Hit the like button. Show your support. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free to do that, and it helps the channel continue to grow. We've hit like a subscriber plateau. Hopefully it picks up when camp starts. We know we got the real diehards in here if you're watching the Daily Jet Show on July 24th. Calls right now, Gusbuster Hotline. First up is Keanu. Keanu, what do you got for us?
Hi, Jake. Love the shirt today. Very nice shirt.
Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. For all those maniacs, I wish I could go, but for anyone that hasn't been a T-Squared social, it is an awesome place to go to, man. I loved it during the Knicks playoff run. It was so loud in there, man. It's such a cool place.
It's going to be wild for a preseason game. Get ready.
100%. Jake, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still a little concerned about the offensive line. Just if I had to pick what I think could be a weakness for this team, not because I agree with your sentiment that you don't need a Hall of Famer at every position, and they do have a stud left tackle. I think they have one of the best guards in the NFL, and we all love the center. But I don't know exactly what John Simpson and Morgan Moses are going to be like year to year. Like, can they be as consistent year to year like Tyron Smith is? But are you able to pull the schedule back up?
Yes.
Here
Here you go.
I want to just point. Thanks, Jake. I want to just point this out. I do think the offensive line is my main concern. But if you look at the first 5 games, yeah, you play San Francisco week 1, which is a huge test. But then you face Tennessee, New England, Denver, and then Minnesota. Do any of them really have a defensive front that you're scared of other than San Fran? So I think that they can really start to, like, everyone's worried about them gelling together. I think they have a really good path weeks 2 through 5 to really gel together and have some easy games. Protect Aaron, keep him upright.
Great point. And then, you look at the schedule. They should be 4-1 going into that Bills game. 4-1.
I think they can be. I try not to be overly confident, but the more and more I think about it, I think they could be 4-1. And to be honest with you, Jake, like, with how crazy the parity is in the league, I wouldn't be surprised if they beat San Fran and then lost to Tennessee, and then they won the next 3 and they were 4-1 that way. Just how crazy the league is.
It would be so Jet-like if they win week 1. We're all thinking Super Bowl, and then they follow that up with a stinker against Will Levis and the Titans. That's why, but that's where for those worried about Salah, you'll call my show that week and be like, see, like, you didn't have him. You know what I mean? Like, that's where you need your head coach. That's where a head coach is valuable right there. Like, teams got to be even keeled. Like, you won week 1, great. You didn't win the Super Bowl. You still got 16 more games. Like, you got to keep the team level headed. That's where coaching comes into play.
Yeah, I just think in the ebbs and flows of a season, like, if we're really gonna, like, if people are gonna disrespect Salah, if that were to be the case because he lost to Tennessee, you got to give him props for going into San Fran week 1 and having them ready and beating that team. I think there's a good shot.
Yeah,
I think there's a really good shot.
It's week 1, so crazy things happen. 2, the Niners easily could have a Super Bowl hangover. Let's hope this Brandon Ayuk thing, by the way, keeps dragging on and on and on, because the longer it goes, the better it benefits the Jets, of course.
I don't even care about that. Let Sauce clamp him up. Let Sauce put him in hell week 1. I don't care.
Yeah, but Sauce could put Debo in hell week 1 instead, if that's our only main target.
That's
true. Because you're worried about Kittle, you're worried about McCaffrey. Believe me, it's more just the fact that you have to account for Ayuk on every play, and if he's not there, it's easier to guard the rest of their team.
100%. I think my boy Michael Carter got Kittle. I think he's going to clamp him up. I think we got a really good shot, Jake. I don't know. To me, why I think we could win that game is Aaron Rodgers. I think he has so much pent-up frustration. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he went out, threw 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, right off the rip. Send a message to the whole world. He's still that guy.
It'd be one of the great moments of my life in recent years if that happens week 1.
We deserve it, man. We deserve it. We were both there week 1 last year. We deserve it, man. We've been waiting so long.
We do. Keanu, great call, man. Way to start us off. He's right. We do deserve it. Well, we get it, though. The football gods have that in the plans. Zach writes, and the problem is every Jets win feels like a miracle. We can never stay grounded. Well, this is where having Aaron Rodgers comes into play. He expects to win every year. Look at his career. He expects to go 13-4 every year. That's what he's done. Right? So that's where, like, having Rodgers is key, because it's like, this is what we're gonna do, folks. Like, this is like, every win shouldn't feel like a miracle. We expect to win. That's how it should be. It's funny because I do remember Rodgers giving a quote last year. He's like, "How are we gonna handle winning?" He talked about it. He's like, "Yeah, you got to be able to handle adversity, but how do you handle winning too? Like, this group hasn't won before. How are we gonna handle that?" Last year, they experienced a tremendous amount of adversity, and I think they'll be better for that this year. How do they handle winning now? That's part of this too. Pat writes in, health is a concern with this team and any other one. The key is being able to adapt when these happen. And look, no team's going to survive their franchise quarterback down on the opening drive of the year for the season. But I will repeat what I've said a lot. The Jets are better equipped to handle a conventional quarterback injury to Aaron Rodgers. He hurts his hand on a helmet throwing a pass and has to miss 3 games. They could survive that with Tyrod Taylor. Even if he missed 5 games, they could survive that. They can't survive an entire season. They could survive a couple games, though. And there's more depth on the O-line than they've had. This stuff all matters. Rick writes in, I just got here. Did Steve Young actually say something good about the Jets? You bet your sweet ass he did, Rick Kent. Said Aaron Rodgers is going to kill it if healthy. He said other things too, but you're going to have to rewind for that. More of your calls right now. Kyle is on the line. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake? I'm up here in the air conditioning, hiding out from Mrs. Clifton and the little Cliftons, trying to enjoy the sun, the show. But I have a lot of respect, you know, for Mr. Young, because he had a lot of success and a lot of failure in the league. So he kind of has seen both sides of it. And of course, health is going to be a huge part of it. But I mean, these other people who are looking at the Jets and they're not doing it objectively, they don't realize that someone like Tua, he's one hit away, unfortunately, for being out of the league. You wouldn't wish it on anyone, but his career could end on literally any play. And you look at someone like Josh Allen, he was hurt over the last 2 years, and his style of play kind of leads itself to injury. And I don't know if those guys have backup situations that are commensurate with what the Jets have. So I'm really enthusiastic. You see, you know, Rodgers' mindset that he's raring to go, and he knows that today is the last day of his offseason, and he seems like he's, you know, champing at the bit. It looks like he's ready to go. The one thing I will say about that Tahoe tournament, however, is that Jets fan that went up to him crying is a bad reflection on all of us. He's got to pull it together. We've had too much losing going on in our lifetime for us to be represented in that manner, publicly and nationally. It's a bit of an embarrassment.
Well, to be fair, I mean, knowing it was Dre, that doesn't change your opinion at all.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
I have nothing but respect for Dre, but it didn't quite look like him when I saw it on the replay.
Kyle, excellent call. I appreciate you calling in on the Sunday show.
I just want Super Bowl, please. That's so nice.
To be fair, this is unconfirmed. I did hear, though, that the guy that was crying might have been a special needs person. That was messaged to me. I'm not reporting that as my own. So if that's true, maybe there's more justification for how that guy acted, but I don't know that to be true. So I'm not gonna clown him or say anything good or bad until I know. But that is a wild moment. There's no doubt. Rob says, Jake, love your shirt, man. Love the Sunday show. Rob, we love you, man. Call in anytime. Rob made it rain last couple shows. And he's a fellow redhead. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line right now is a loyal commenter, someone who I have not seen call in before. It might be his first time. Zach Bounce is up next. Hello, Zach.
Jake, how you doing? It is first time on the show, commenting forever. Bobby Midnight made me laugh so hard I had to subscribe. So
I love it. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, I'm calling in because I have a 1-15 record at the Jets Stadium. That is my lifetime record.
No way.
One win against the Broncos. I plan on going to the Broncos game this year again.
All right. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's 1-15.
Yeah.
That's like hard. As bad as the Jets have been, that is still hard to do.
Yeah, it's over 3 seasons. It is what it is. I moved away from New York for a while, came back, so I'm going to Jets games from now on. But
I don't know if you should.
Well, yeah, people have been telling me to stay away, but I was looking at the schedule and everything like that with somebody at work. But I just remembered I actually want there to be more pessimism in the offseason. We usually hype ourselves up too much. So I'm glad people are going after Rodgers, everything about that. The only other thing I want to say is my girlfriend's first game, my fiance now. My fiance's first game was watching Gibson run it all the way back, game 1 last year. And that just set her up for the perfect Jets disaster. She's a big fan now, but that was the first game she ever watched. We were losing our minds. And then I just don't want there to be the game 1. We win, we go hard, everybody gets excited. This team needs to feel like the world is against them. Aaron Rodgers needs to set that tone because we like to get lazy and happy with 1 week win. And that's the Super Bowl. I don't want that. I want to hate everyone. I don't care if we're 3-0, 4-0. We have to feel like the backs again. That team needs that attitude, and I haven't seen it since I've been a Jets fan. So that's what I want.
Totally fair. Now, your girlfriend or now fiance,
yeah,
never watched football at all, or she was a fan of a different team and you converted her to a Jet fan?
No, she never watched football at all. She started watching, and that was literally the first game we sat down together from the start to end. And I mean, you can't ask for more than that.
Oh, my God. Well, hopefully now that she's a part of your life and they did win that game, maybe there's some more good Jet juju and we can flip your – I don't know if we're going to be able to flip it all the way around. You dug yourself quite the hole. But hopefully there's some more wins with you there this year.
I hope to bring her with me to one of them now. Now she's interested. She wants to go. So, but anyway, big fan of the show. Thanks for making me laugh. Love the Asmaniacs. You guys are awesome. Thanks for
Zach,
having me.
appreciate you, man. Call back anytime. Great first call. Love that. Love that. Let's get some fresh blood on the Gus Buster hotline, folks. I know you're all out there. Shout out to everyone who doesn't watch the show live, which is 98% of the audience. Andrew wants to know what Zach's record is from the couch. Yeah, at least at the beginning of the year, we might need Zach to stay home a little bit. Maybe go to a preseason game, test it out there. 1-15. That is brutal. That is brutal. Boomtown, great call, Zach. Please stay home for the greater good of this fan base. Please stay home. I love it. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. More of your calls in a moment. But first, let's talk about Circa's epic pro football betting contest.
We don't need gimmicks like giant checks and mascots to promote this year's football contest because we're giving away even more money than we did last year.
$16 million in guaranteed prizes to be exact. There's 2 ways to win and no rake.
Players in Circa Millions make 5 picks against the spread each week with quarterly and full season payouts.
Circa Survivor entries select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. Visit circasports.com for details.
Check it out, folks. Circasports.com. We will have an entry in the Circa Survivor. I'm putting up $1,000 for the Asmaniacs to get a contest entry. We're going to make a pick every week on the show and hopefully win millions of dollars. If you want to join the other contest that Circa offers, the Circa Million, you heard all the info is available, circasports.com. Once again, $16 million they have in guaranteed prizes, $6 million for the Circa Million contest, $10 million for the Survivor contest. You guys know I love money, which is why we're in the Circa Survivor contest. Weekly picks, no point spread, circasports.com for more information. Shout out to Carlos Alcaraz for beating Novak right as the Yankee game started here, so I don't have to do the 2 screens in front of me. I can focus in on one game. Alcaraz is something, huh? I know Novak's coming off knee surgery, so he's not probably at 100%, but he dominated him. That was something. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in live right now. Update on channel memberships. We entered today's show needing roughly 120 channel members for our next emoji. We now need, according to YouTube, 105. And our next emoji, it was going to be the Asmaniac emoji, but that wasn't moving the needle. What will move the needle is Gary's wife being our latest emoji. So that's coming up next if we get the required amount of channel members. After yesterday, we did hit the threshold to add Bobby in the orange chair. Incredible. Nothing like July Jets talk. Let's keep it rolling. Let's go to 3 siblings. Jay, he's up next. What's up, Jay?
How you doing, man?
Hey, Jay.
Good. Hey, if that emoji becomes an emoji, I think Gary's gonna lose his mind.
Exactly why we need to do it.
Oh man. All right. I wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers this season. The biggest thing about Rodgers, we have to understand he's gonna take care of the ball, gonna put us in the right plays. Just like with inexperienced quarterbacks like Zach Wilson and quarterbacks that haven't had game situations like that, they're not going to know when to audible, when to, change the play. And I feel like Aaron Rodgers could put us in the best position. That's why I'm not that high on getting Devontae Adams, like especially right now in this space. If it's like week 7, week 8, and a trade deadline, we have injuries or we're one piece away to take to the next level, I completely understand. But us giving up a number 1 pick for Devontae Adams, was he 31 years old? We had to pay Garrett Wilson next year or 2. I just don't see it, man.
I don't see it now. I could see it closer to the trade deadline for the reasons you alluded to.
Yeah. Sure. That's all I have, man. Thank you for taking my call, man.
Jay, you're the man. I know you call the Bobby Show all the time. I'm going to need you to start calling this show more.
All right, man. You take care, bro.
Jay, I appreciate you, man. Look, here's the thing with Devontae. Would he make the Jets a lot better? Obviously. Does it necessarily make sense to do it now? I mean, if you can get him, sure, but you're trading your one next year, because why wouldn't the Raiders ask for that? Right? The Raiders, while they might not be good, we don't know that. Anyone think the Texans were going to be good last year? Like every year there's a team that surprises. So the Raiders are going to go into this year thinking they could be that team. They won 8 games last year after they started terribly. They're not going to give up on their season before camp even starts. They have good players on that team. So I have a hard time believing Devontae is going to be traded this summer. Could he be traded after the season starts? Yeah, they're out of it. They're underdogs in 8 of their first 10. They're 3-6 at the deadline. Could I see it? 100%. Mike D's Nuts says, I want the Asmaniac emoji. Well, Mike, I'll tell you what. If anyone's capable of making that happen, it might be you, my man. All right. I'll let the membership donators decide. And for those wondering, we're going to be launching Asmaniac gear in the merch store when it launches in a couple of weeks. We are in the final steps of this process. I know we've been talking about it. If you're on Patreon, you get a discount on merch. That's one of your perks coming. Big things planned, folks. As you guys know, I've been focused on a bunch of different projects like the watch parties, an event planned for London, an event planned for Miami. But the merch store is on the list of projects. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beast. Rob Basil coming through for the people. How about a 10 spot from Rob? How about 10 channel memberships being gifted? Let's go, Rob. It's raining memberships. Here we go. 10 names from Rob Basil. Matt LaMatani. Or LaMatam. I don't know how to say your name, Matt. Thank you. Justin McDermott. Rounders. A Fungus Mungus 9. Jonathan McNamara. Brian J. Jonathan Clark. Onana. Matthew Serino. Fraghart. You are all officially channel members. Let's freaking go. Unreal. Unreal. What a performance by Rob. I think he dropped 10 yesterday, 10 the day before. Jersey Jet says, I don't know, Jake. That Asmaniac emoji is fire. I love it, man. I do. It just wasn't moving the needle like the Bobby Chair one was. Which would you guys prefer as the next emoji? Gary's wife or the Asmaniac one? I could run it up the poll if need be. We're democracy here. Comments, questions, super chats. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that share button too. Spread the word, man. Spread the word about daily Jets talk on this channel. It's going to be a monster season. A season the likes of which we haven't seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. We bring on an absolute legend.
Well, you know, I'm getting really freaking pissed. I thought I saw Gary's pretty wife. I need to get some sleep. I'm happy.
Hello, Bob.
Hi, Jake. How you feeling today?
I feel great, Bob. How are you?
Me too. I had like 10 hours sleep last night.
There you go. We want positive, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Love it.
I do. And did you hear the sad news today or yesterday?
What's the sad news?
Sharon Doherty died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I cried. I love that actress. Yeah.
Before my time, but I'm sorry to hear that.
What about Richard Simmons died too?
I saw a great Howard Stern show guest over the years.
Yeah, and he was also on General Hospital too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember him on General Hospital. Yeah, no, now I'm happy. No, everybody's happy. Jay's a
called
good
in
guy.
with a lot of sad stuff, though, Bobby.
I know Jay's a good guy, isn't he? When he called in you.
I like Jay. Yep.
And the other guy, what is his name? 1 in 15. He said he laughs at me. He thought I was funny.
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy I make people laugh. Gotta do that. Not like yesterday. Every day, it's a different day today.
Yeah.
It's a different day than yesterday.
Yeah, maybe a presidential candidate will not be,
Oh, that
with
was
an attempted
horrible.
assassination.
Oh my
I thought that's what
God.
you were going to bring up, Bobby, when you were saying, did you hear the news
No.
yesterday?
Yeah, 2 people died yesterday. That was awful.
Maybe the assassination attempt for the first time in 43 years would have been the lead story from you, but hey, I never know where you're going to go.
No, I think the world is sick in the head. I think. Nick is pissed off too on that too.
Are you sitting in the chair right now, Bobby?
No, I'm in my regular
computer
chair. No, I'm not in my orange chair. Sorry. That was yesterday. I gave you 2 days straight. Should be happy for that.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled we got the new emoji locked in.
2 days straight. Yeah, Gator has to work on my weight a little bit. I wish I was that skinny.
Nonsense. You look great.
I am pleasantly plump. So I'm working on getting down to August.
Did you say
17th.
pleasantly pump?
Plump.
Yeah, plump. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready for. I'm gonna try to make it down to August 17th.
Are you bringing the chair?
Yeah. No, that's the first game. You said first game.
What? Yeah, but I feel like the chair would be even better because you'd have a place.
Okay, I'll see if I'm gonna bring that chair. Okay.
You bring the chair. I'd imagine we might get 1,000 people RSVPing the T Squared Social.
Oh yeah. So when do I VPI?
When do you what?
You said I have to VPI it. When do I do it?
You mean RSVP?
Yeah, that's what I meant. That word.
You hit the link in the description, and you sign up with your name and your email, and it will send you a ticket.
Oh, okay. I have to get a ticket. Okay, you said don't worry about it the last time I asked you about it.
No, I said don't worry about your ticket to the Texans game because I already have the ticket saved for you.
I asked you about this meetup. You said don't worry about it. So
no, this meetup, I'm telling you, RSVP with the link I just posted in the chat.
Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. I promise.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll see you. I'll stay in the back for a little while.
Rob says you'll make so much money if you bring it on the 17th.
Oh, you're gonna be there, Rob Basil, too? You're gonna give me money for my chair?
You can charge $5 per person to sit in your chair, cash only. Don't let the IRS get your money.
Rob Basil, if you want to come, I'll give me money. I'll bring it if you're gonna give me money.
He's gonna be there. I'm not gonna speak for Rob, but I will. Rob will pay you $1 million to sit in the chair. He's got that kind of money.
I don't think he's gonna give me $1 million. That's ridiculous.
Mike D's Nuts checks in. Bobby's show got nasty yesterday, and I'm sorry for letting Alan get to me. He struck a nerve, but my language was unacceptable. I'm sorry.
No, Mike D's. I would have said the same thing because it's not Alan's business where you get your money from. And then the other second thing, he shouldn't have said so. He shouldn't have said nothing. He should have kept quiet.
Alan's been a real pain in your ass lately, it sounds like, Bobby.
Well, no, other people too. He just goes personal on everybody. He just goes personal. I hope he shows up on the show. I'll stick behind.
I'll tell you what. Great idea from the chat. Addison says $20 to sit in the chair and take a picture with Bobby. Yeah, what if we do that? $5 to sit in the chair and get your photo with it. $20 for you to take a picture with someone while they sit in the chair.
All right, that sounds good. That's my co-host thinking about that.
It's a good idea.
Oh, B-Mac wants to talk to me.
B-Mac wants to talk to you?
It says right there in private chat.
B-Mac, would you like to talk to Bobby?
Hi, B-Mac.
This couldn't wait till the Bobby show?
I know, B-Mac.
Well, I would too. No, I just want to say this to Bobby. I just want to give him some advice, and then Jake.
Let's hear your beautiful advice, B-Mac. I want to hear your advice.
Don't. I know Rob told you this yesterday, and I wasn't on. I saw your show. If he's gonna call you a scumbag, don't let him on your show. Don't let people.
I know. I'm gonna let him on my show. Then I'm gonna set rules for him. If he doesn't apply, he's gonna be like South Desk, kicked off forever.
Well. If it was,
he has to know his role on my show.
Then I'm kicking him off because I'm not gonna let people bully me and push me.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. I'm going to set my rules and then bounce him if he pisses me off. That's all. Okay, thank you for your comment.
I can respect that, but if
okay.
he doesn't obey, kick him out.
Okay, Big Mac.
You getting a call?
Yeah, B Mac, you could
Pick it
talk
up.
to me.
Pick it up. Answer it.
No. I'll talk. I need to answer it personally.
What if it's Mr. Bonesy?
No, it's not Mr. Bonesy.
It might be
Okay.
though.
No, it's not.
How do you know?
I know.
Okay.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
That's it, Bob. You're done?
Yeah, I'll be back in the back.
All right. Thank you for the time.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Hello, B Mac.
Hey, Jake. I just want to just stick up for Bobby Dale because as kindly he's been, and then all of a sudden he's gonna assault him like that. No way. I'm not standing for it. You know what I mean? Treat people with respect. Alan, you know what I mean?
We know Alan stinks. You guys give him too much attention by always bringing him up. That's my take.
Yeah. I just don't deal with. I just don't roll like that. But anything.
The thing with Alan is he is a bit of a cross-dresser. We can't forget that.
Alan, you look hideous with that thing on, Alan. Hideous. Ugh. I can't even eat watching that, Alan. Terrible. Yeah. But I do want to call. Well, first of all, good morning to you. Happy Sunday. It's a great day when you do weekly shows, and then I want to bring up two topics real quick. Devontae thing. No, as much as I love Devontae, and me being a Packer fan, Devontae was amazing. I think to be honest, I think y'all good if y'all wide receiving core can stay healthy, man. And like for the whole season, I think y'all good with what you got. I know Mike Williams with the injury thing, but he said he's gonna be ready by week 1. And you still got Michael Kai Corey. I still think Michael Kai Corey is a big sleeper. I think he's gonna shock a lot of people, especially with the yak. Rodgers love his yak guys. You know what I mean? And then of course Garrett Wilson is gonna be Garrett. I think Garrett is gonna have a big year, especially now he's got a Hall of Fame quarterback throwing him the ball. Not trash Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle and Trevor Siemian. You know what I mean? That was terrible. But and then the one thing I wanted to do is that it's kind of bothering me, but people say that well with Rodgers, what has he done? What has he done? He only played 4 snaps. Well, it's like, do you know the reason why he played 4 snaps? Because he tore his Achilles.
Right. It's also different. It's like, he's only played 4 snaps as a Jet. It's like that also ignores like the leadership he's brought, the pay cut he took to allow them to get more players, the influence he's had on the locker room as seen by the fact he was voted most inspirational by his teammates.
Yeah. I mean, it's not his fault that he got hurt on the 4th play of the year. You know what I mean? Like, it happened. It sucked that it happened, but it happened.
Is that a new Yankee hat, B-Mac?
Yes, a new. Well, people want me to wear a different hat because.
Where's your Jet hat?
A Jet hat?
Yeah, we need to get you a Jet hat.
It's coming soon. But I mean, I still got my Packer hat. I'm still gonna be wearing my Packer hats on the show once in a while.
Where's the Rodgers jersey, B-Mac? We need that to come on again.
It's dirty, so it's being washed right now.
It's been dirty for months. I haven't seen you wear that thing in forever.
Well, it's been a wash right now. You know what I mean? With other clothes, it's in the washing machine right now. But I'm gonna have it on once it's all nice and fresh.
All right, I'm expecting big things from that jersey from you this year. All right.
Yeah, but one thing is that I think Rodgers has done a great job as an off the field leadership perspective, and I think people need to. This guy could have easily retired, and he came back, and he still want to go out and get one more for the Jets. So I think people need to understand that and not just blow it off because he played 4 snaps, something that was out of his control.
Agreed. That's why it's a big year. Good call, B-Mac. I mean, at the end of the day, Aaron will be judged on this year just like the rest of this regime. But I'd argue with anyone who talks about how, has it been worth it? He's only played 4 snaps. Like, really? We're going to have that opinion before we actually see what this looks like? Really? Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. Mr. Bonesy says, LOL, Jake. I called Bobby immediately when you said it was me, but he got off camera. Bobby, did you speak to Mr. Bonesy? Bobby? 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 He's not even listening to the show. His headphones are off. He can't hear me. Bob? Bobby? Hold on. Everyone cover your ears. I'm going to try
What?
Bobby?
Hold on a minute. What?
Are you talking to me or?
What?
You're not even watching the show. I went to you. I wanted to hear if you
I
spoke
was
to Mr.
on
Bonesy.
I know. I was talking to Mr. Bonesy, then my brother called. What's the matter?
Well, that's what I was asking. Did you speak to Bonesy? He said he tried to call you.
Yeah, I just called him, talked to him, and then Michael called, and then we're going to. We are definitely going to August 17th.
Let's go.
My friend Chris could get us tickets to Shea City Field, right behind home plate. That's August 18th.
Oh,
then we could stay at his house, and then we could leave from City Field.
Let's go.
Because it's a 12 o'clock game. So we got our weekend planned.
Oh, baby, this is breaking news.
Yes, that's why I was talking on the phone. I can't do 2 things at one time there, Jico.
Well, I'm glad you're coming.
But I know Mr. Bonesy was driving to work today because he could park right in front of the store because it's a Sunday. It's kind of dead during the Sunday.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. So, yeah.
All right,
so, B-Mac, I had to give B-Mac my opinion, I let Alan on. If he destroys anybody, I'm going to just bounce him like I bounced South Ass. And no more Alan anymore. Then we don't have to worry about Alan anymore.
South Ass has to go.
But Alan is going to be on vacation from YouTube, he said.
Really? I don't believe that.
I don't either. We'll see what happens.
Don't forget, Alan went on vacation when the Jets conveniently went on their winning streak last year.
Oh, I don't remember that because I really don't remember the cartoon character back then.
Well, Bobby, we'll talk to you soon.
That's honest.
Well, I've grown to love my buddy Alan, but South S has to go. I threw him off my show. I'm Bobby.
How about that, folks? Breaking news. Bobby Midnight to appear at the first ever as Maniac Watch Party. Also, did Bobby come up with a new nickname for me? Jaco? Unbelievable. RSVP if you haven't, folks. It's going to be wild. Hector wants to know, can I go on your show, Bobby? No, Hector. You're not allowed on Bobby's show. You know the rules. Rick says, I like Jaco. It has a nice ring to it. Indy says, finally, I can unmute Jake now that Bobby's off. I can't take it. Bobby, would you like to respond to Indy Jets?
What did he say?
He said that he could finally unmute Jake now that Bobby's off.
Oh, whatever, Indy Jake. I don't care what you do. I don't know you, so goodbye.
Amen.
That's it.
Oh, I'm doing another Zoom meeting. Oh, farts, Jake's going live. Gotta end my friggin' stream. I'm Bobby.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Jay says, damn, I've been MIA that long. Bobby got a show. It's funny because I love everyone who listens to this show, but obviously I understand that some of you maybe weren't watching every day, June into July, because there's not much to talk about, and you'll be back when the season starts. It's going to be wild what some of the people who are, part-time viewers of the show think when they see some of the things that we've learned. Wild, I tell you. Hit the like button if you're just tuning into the show. 145 likes we have right now. David J writes in, or David D, excuse me. Jericho Cotchery, the original J. Co. Love Jericho Cotchery. One of the most underrated, underappreciated Jets in the history of the franchise. Unreal. And one of the worst moves that started to signify the downfall of the Jets was when Mike Tannenbaum got rid of Jericho Cotchery and replaced him with Derek Mason. Bothers me to no end. Rob, the Jet fan, has called in. He's up next on our show. What's up, Rob?
Jake, you missed an explosion on Bobby's show yesterday. It was really, really bad. I challenge Mike D's Nuts, if you're there, come on with me, and we should tell Jake a little bit what happened. If Mike wants to come on, let him on. Jake, it was I kind of came on the show because that prick Allen insulted.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he did. He insulted Mike D's Nuts, and you know what? Mike D's Nuts is a class act. The way he gives back to our Jet community, and you know that well. And Allen was there, like questioning where his money comes from, or if it was politically based. I mean, he was very insulting to Mike, and Mike does nothing but give. And when I heard that, I blew a gasket, and I came on the line, and we were reaming him up a new butthole, Allen. But this guy crosses the line way too much. And I told Bobby, I don't have the right to tell you who to kick off or on, though I said my opinion, of course. But I told Bobby that, you know what, it's your show. If this guy doesn't follow the rules, look at Jake. Jake doesn't put up with the crap. If you're disrespectful or if you cross the line, Jake yanks you right off the show. I go, that's the temperament that you have to have for your show, too. You got to show him who's in charge. You're in charge. It's your show. If he's not respectful, especially to a guy like Mike, who's earned the trust and the respect, then you yank him off the freaking show. Because that guy is a freaking wussy weasel. And I'm tired of that jackass. I'm sorry, Jake, but I mean, something has to be said. And Mike, you got to come on and tell Jake what happened. Got to tell him what happened. I
think you explained it. I mean, Alan just schmuck. We know this. He wants this reaction though. He gets off on you guys. Saying all this. He's trying to play the villain role.
But Jake, but now you're getting personal in the sense of you're questioning someone where his money is coming from, and the guy is very generous the way he gives in. He sits there with me about the alligator arms, but yet I come to every event of yours, and you know that's true. You see me there all the time. I support the station 110%. And
of course you do, Rob. But this is what Alan wants. All right, he wants to get you riled up. We know Mike D's Nuts is awesome. You can't take anything Alan says seriously.
He doesn't want to get me riled up, Jake. He doesn't want to get me riled up. Believe me, because I'm not the right person to rile up. Believe me, I'm the nicest guy in the world. You've met me a lot of times. I could be a teddy bear, but you know what? Like they say, don't poke the bear, because you're not going to like what happens when you poke the bear.
Let's talk about a more serious topic, Rob. If Bobby shows up to the event on the 17th with the orange chair, would you pay $20 to sit in the chair and take a picture with Bobby?
Yes.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
For Bobby, he deserves it. Absolutely. And I do it for Mike D's Nuts, too, because he's a class act.
That he is, Rob. That he is.
He is. But
is this Mike D's Nuts?
I can't wait for the 17th, Jake. It's going to be epic. We're going to have a good time. And I was happy because now my friend told me that I could jump on the train, and there's actually I could get off on the Grand Central, which is right where the venue is, right there by T. Is that correct?
Correct. It is. I mean, the venue is down the street from Bonesy's shoe store, so it's super convenient for everyone.
Fantastic. So that totally works. I'm really pumped up. I can't wait. Mike, these nuts. I got your back, brother. I got your back. And Bobby, a lot of love, buddy. You're a good man. But
this one's for Mike D's Nuts.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership. Hey.
The Bobby show is just ripping people apart, folks. We can't have this. Can't we all just get along? All right? Can't we focus on the things that matter? Like the fact that Brock Purdy will be running for his life in the opener.
Is Brock Purdy gonna run for his life on the opener? Yeah! He's gonna die. Let's go. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Daniel Budick watching the show. J. Coe was a legend. Kotri is the man. I have tried to get him on the show before. I've been unable to get a hold of him. I'd love to interview Jericho Kotri. Guy was tough as nails. A winner. Hector says, Jake, did you see what happened to Trump? What happened, Hector? This can't be a real question. I mean, God. Good God. We'll see you in 5.
If the Jets get the good fortune of Alt being there at 10, if they don't take him, they should be shot.
Did you see the game? I guess Hector's going full Lane Kerner with that one. That's the only explanation. Got to be honest, though. I think Lane did it better. Let's go to Lane, who's up next. Hello, Lane.
Hey. Oh, hi.
Hello, Lane.
How is everything? Yes.
You're on the air, Lane.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Lane.
Hi. So, yeah, I'm happy about the way the Jets played today. And, you know, they moved the ball and they did great. Look, okay. I mean, I know it was raining out. Did you see the game?
No, I didn't watch it. What happened?
Well, they won. And the other team lost.
Lane, thank you. Come on, man. It can't be a real call.
On the 2022 draft pick, the pick goes to Knoble out of college.
From where it all started to where it ended up, the Lane train. Andrew says, did you know that the Jets will play football games this year? That we know, folks. That we know. Rick, that was Lane's first call. History in the making. For those who missed it, Lane called in the other day. It was incredible. Indy Jets, Bilal Powell is my favorite underrated player. Bilal was awesome, man. It's a shame he never got to go to the playoffs once with the Jets. He joined the season after the second run to the championship game. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have 2 Asmaniac emojis to choose from. We have this one, and Gator just sent me this one. This one might work better for an emoji because it might fit better, but we have options, folks. We have options. Damn, the Secret Service killed the guy, and the guy died. Dakota says, been around Jake's show since the Jets drafted Zach Wilson, so the last almost 4 seasons. That's when the show started, Dakota. You're an OG. This show really started when Salah was hired. I started doing daily Jet videos in January that year. And then it became a real show. Tom says, hopefully the rectangle one can fit. Looks good. Yeah, that's the issue, right? It might be too small to fit a YouTube emoji, so this might be our way around it. We'll see if we can get there, though. Jesus Jerry, Sione Puha. Sione Puha, legend. Really good Jet. Chris Jenkins, another underrated Jet. It's a shame Chris Jenkins wasn't healthy for the 2010 season. Right? He was such a big part of Hard Knocks that summer. And then he got hurt so early on that year. We never got to see him on that defense. Dr. Frank says the Secret Service took out Knoble for good. Lane said he was still alive last week. If Lane says Knoble's alive, he's alive. Dan says DeMario Davis. Yeah, they let him go, and he became an all-pro in New Orleans. MC says Chris Jenkins was a beast. He was. 2008, Chris Jenkins had one of the better defensive seasons the Jet players had. He was phenomenal. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll do a little Ask Me Anything here before we wrap up. I got open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation here on a Sunday show. Hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Mike D's Nuts brings up James Farrier. Long time ago. Dan says Volpe just saved the inning. Yes, he did. How are the Yankees all of a sudden waking up against the O's the last 2 days? As bad as they played, they win today. They enter the All-Star break in first place because the Orioles have almost been just as bad in June into July. Rich says Lavernius Coles. Great Jet. Leaves a lot to be desired as a podcaster, though. Some of his opinions are ridiculous. Rick says, I believe Lane. You got to believe Lane. Santana Moss, another great Jet. I wish Santana Moss played his whole career with the Jets. Alan, don't do politics in the comment section, please. There's plenty of other shows you could do that on. This is a apolitical show. Hector says, I was having a great weekend until you put me in timeout. All right. A very animated Bobby's on hold still. Hello, Bobby. Bobby? Bobby?
What?
You were waving your arm like this. I thought you wanted to come on the show.
No, I'm talking to my brother.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You have a good day, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I will.
All right.
Okay.
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 Yep.
Okay, Mike, what's the matter now? Oh, I told you. I told you, Mr. Bone, next to Mr. Bonesy's area. Yeah, where does he live? He lives in Manhattan. He's gonna be right next door to it, Michael. Yes. We could do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But we already. I'm on Jake's show right now. I'm talking to Jake while I'm talking to you. I love you. Okay, bye. Do you hear that conversation?
It sounded very intense.
I know, but Michael called. We already discussed the plan. Then he calls me back the second time. Where are we gonna meet? I told him Mr. Bones' place. We're gonna get there. We'll leave at 5 o'clock in the morning and leave at 9. Then we'll walk around Manhattan before Mr. Bonesy opens, and we'll meet him. Then I told Mr. Bonesy we're gonna get him some lunch, and then where he's busy in the store, and then we could go back to visit Mr. Bonesy. Then we could go to the party. And I did VSPU, so I got the tickets.
RSVP?
RSVP, yeah, I did.
Wait, RSVU?
RSVP. I made a boo-boo. Yeah.
I think you should call your brother back and say you love him too.
I just told him I love them.
No, you didn't. There was no I love you back.
I told him I love him before.
No, we
He
didn't hear
knows
that part.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll call him later.
All right, we just wanted to spread love on this show.
I know we are. And the Hector's never coming on my show. He asked
No.
the question and he got the answer. Hector, no.
Does Mr. Bonesy know this plan?
Yeah, I already told him the plan, Mr. Bonesy. We'll visit you. I get you. Oh, you don't have to get me lunch. But if you're busy, I'll get you lunch.
Is it true you're staying on the floor at Alden's?
On the floor? I'm gonna sit in a chair, maybe.
No. Are
Be
you
quiet.
sleeping? Are you sleeping at the shoe store?
No. We go to my friend Chris's house in Glen Oaks.
Ah,
We
okay.
sleep there, then go to City Field.
Nate says, Bobby, I have an extra bike for you. We can hit Central Park.
No, I'll fall my fat ass off of the bicycle. I haven't a bicycle in a long time.
Well, you know what they say about riding a bike.
Yeah, but I got a fat ass. It won't fit.
Well, you have until August 17th to lose some weight.
I'm losing the weight right now, but I'm not in the mood to ride a bicycle. My right foot won't let me ride a bicycle.
What did you what did you have meal wise yesterday?
Oh, we had me and my daughter had the fish and chips. She loves fish and chips, and then I turned down the dessert because it was chocolate lava cake. I did not take that. She took that. And then she had pink lemonade. And her boyfriend had, what did he have? Oh my God, what did he? Michael came along with us too. He had something different. I can't remember right off the bat. And Michael had stir fry.
Mr. Bonji says Bobby is sleeping at Alden Saturday night.
No, I'm going to sleep at my friend. If he lets me, I don't have to drive all the way back to Queens. That would be nice, but I don't think I could. The owners will be pissed if I did that. So,
Tom says night at the museum, except it's at Alden's.
Yeah, but Bonesy.
You seen Night at the Museum?
Yes, I did. But Bonesy won't let me do that. No, the owners won't let me do that. I don't think. No, we'll just go to Chris's because we have to go to City Field anyway. We'd be right in Glen Oaks anyway, right there.
Nate says he's got a fat seat, Bobby. No problem.
I'm not riding a bicycle. My right foot won't let me. It is tingly. It has tinglies in it.
Tom says the shoes come alive at night.
Tom, why don't you ever get on? You write the funniest crap, but you never show your face. It's ridiculous.
So silly.
I know. He's a great guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So are you about to wrap up? The Yankees are winning 1-0, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still, yep. The Yankees are going to sweep. Then this is the All-Star break right now, right? After today.
That's correct.
And then they go play in smelly Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because what they did to Aaron Rodgers, they should shut that pile up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put in Aaron Rodgers up there because, look who made a pass. Oh, the offensive lineman. Be quiet. He didn't get injured, idiots.
Mm-hmm.
How good has your Cleveland Indians team been? Not very good for a long time. So shut your pie holes up.
Tom wrote in, I'm better with the written word like Shakespeare.
Well, I would like to see your face once. I asked once. And then if you don't want to come on ever again, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Just once, Tom Ace. We would love to see what you look like.
Addison says Nate has a unicycle for you too, Bobby.
No, I'm not going to write that. I just told you I got a problem with my right foot. It has pins and needles in it because I had a blood clot in my leg that went to my lungs.
What's a needle?
What?
You said pins and needle. Do you mean needle?
Needles.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I said needles. Stop picking on me.
No, you said needle.
Jago.
I was just trying to understand what you
So
were
how
saying.
was your dad's birthday party? Did you go to it?
He didn't have a birthday party. I think you just made
Oh
that
yeah,
up.
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like to celebrate after a certain year.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, but I sang to him though.
You
That's
did.
what counts.
Yep.
Yeah. They.
All right, Bobby, I'll let you go.
Well, Keanu wants me to come on with Bobby. So.
Keanu, you're up next.
Hi,
Bobby,
Kenny. How you
Bobby,
doing? What?
Bobby, hear me out,
What?
okay? You know how you
Yeah.
like to sing on the show?
Yeah.
When you go to the shoe store to
Yeah.
see Bonesy, I think you should sing Bonesy's intro song with him. You guys should do a little
Oh,
duet.
I don't know if I could do that. I'll say
Well,
New
you got
York.
plenty
New
of
York.
time to study. You got plenty of time to study.
I'll say New York to New York. I'm not saying that song. Sorry,
Listen,
Charlie.
Bobby, the only thing better than Alden's shoes is Joey D, because he totally rules.
Oh, Mr. Bonesy, if you're coming to the game, Mr. Party, you better watch out. Mr. Bonesy won't like
All right,
that.
Bobby, how many memberships for you to sing the intro to Bonesy?
I don't know. I have to think about it. Okay.
All right, we'll come up with a number. You let me know. I'll be on your show later. You let me know.
Okay, you got to give me time. Okay, God, you just.
All right,
just
Bobby. You
throw
got till
it
August
down.
17th. You got plenty of time.
That makes a good point.
Once you do it, then. Once you do it.
I won't be at the shoe store. You'll be there with him. You guys sing.
Well, don't worry about it. You'll be at the party, then sing with him, then.
I won't be there. I'm sorry.
Oh,
well,
I'm
you
sorry.
let me know,
well,
Bobby.
well, I don't have to sing if you're not going to be there. I don't have to worry about it.
All right. If you promise me you'll sing, I'll come.
No,
All right?
I'm not promise you sing. I'm not promising.
Whatever,
no.
Bobby. You let me know how
Okay,
many
bye,
memberships I
Keno.
gotta get
Okay,
to do.
start driving the car now. By FedEx. Go drive your FedEx car, truck.
I think he drives Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. I forgot.
Yeah.
King of Queens is so good. I like that. Remember this? The smell. I like your smell. I like your smell. And then remember when he went for the perfect record? The perfect record one.
We'll
so
continue
funny.
the show in a second here, but in honor of all this talk about Bobby maybe sleeping at Alden's, we bring you back to a time when Bobby conducted a job interview for a potential Alden's employee on behalf of Mr. Bonesy. Ladies and gentlemen, Cheats Fan. Now, for those who are unaware, Cheats Fan broke the news to us that he's currently mowing lawns for a living.
I wasn't going to work retail. I worked at Walmart for part-time. I'm not going to be in there when some crazy-ass white person wants to set some shit on fire, and then the guy sets the guy on fire. I wonder why there's a fire truck at Walmart. I'm like, oh, that crazy fucker actually did it.
Bonesy writes in, Jake, I gave Bobby the rights to make decisions on Alden shoes. Maybe Bobby can interview Cheats Fan for me.
It's time for a Bobby job interview.
Are you into shoes at all?
I watched enough of Al Bundy to know about basic shoe stuff, and
let me measure your chest. I mean,
if you want the whole thing, you're going to have to stay tuned because I'll play the rest of it later. But what a moment in time that was. I'm telling you, folks, you never know what's going to happen on this show. Robert writes in, Jake Asman, right now you look as if you could coach the Jets. I'm Andy Reid if he was the Jet head coach right now. Three Siblings says, the chat summary is epic. What is the chat summary? Oh, my God. I like when people copy and paste the ridiculous chat summaries. They're funny to read. Unreal. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is one of our favorites. The great Devin's on the line. What's up, Devin?
What's good, Jake? How you doing,
Devin, happy
bro?
Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you too, my brother. Hey, listen. So we're not talking about anything, right? So I figure I'm gonna call in, and I got a bunch of stuff that's random in my head. I wanted to remember. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. You had Robbie on, and I was like, this kid. We all sometimes hitch our wagon to some random player. I think I'm hitching my wagon to Taylor this year. I was watching some highlights of him from Miami, and that dude is he's got something special with him. And I think what he's going to learn from Quinn is going to be astounding. It's going to excel his growth so much. So I'm looking at him. I love our D-line. Random. That was my first rando. And then, what do you think of him? What do you think of him, Jake?
It's tough to know because I mean I haven't seen it. It's just based on what we're hearing. They gave him a lot of money for a UDFA, which tells you they're high on him. He's also in the right system, right? I mean they have a proven track record of developing guys on the defensive line. So that to me bodes well for him. It's tough. We got to see how he looks once the pads start to come on. You get a much better idea.
I think he's gonna be pissed off because he was projected to go in the first round. Like can you imagine? Like everyone is telling you you're going in the first round, and you don't, and you go undrafted. Like that's like got to be some serious motivation. But I'm looking forward to that. I wish I could be, so I live in Virginia, so I can't come down to that meetup in August. Actually, I'll be coming back. That's going to be the day that I actually get back from the Princess Cruise. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome, man.
That's more important than a Jet preseason watch party.
Oh, absolutely. It's perfect because then I'll be in the heart of preseason, and it's gonna be dope. But I can't wait to go to that game. Jay, I haven't been to a game. I was thinking about this. I haven't been to a Jet game since I think it was like 09, 010. Like that's the last time I've been to a game, and I'm trying to go to 2 of them this year. I have tickets for 2 of them this year.
You have tickets for the Texans game.
I do. I'm looking forward to that. This is how much I feel. This is how good I feel, how confident I feel. I'm gonna take my happy ass down to that Miami game too in December. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Oh, I'm gonna be drinking so many Dolphin tears. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna love it, bro. I'm telling you this. I feel like this season, and then the slight on Tyron Smith. Did you see the slight on Tyron Smith for him not even being mentioned in like the top 10 of like offensive linemen? Like they got him. I think I was listening to Boy Green this morning. He said they had him like at 10, 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. He was second team All Pro last year, and now
absolutely,
it's all because they don't expect him to be healthy, which I get. But if you're ranking the top left tackles in the league, he has to be in the top 5. He was second team All Pro a year ago.
Absolutely, and to not be in the top 10 is really ridiculous because, as Boy Green pointed out this morning, there were he pointed out like 3 guys that didn't play all the games last year. They played less games than Tyron Smith last year, and they were on top 10. Like, how the hell is that? That's the Jet bias, but that's okay. I'm loving all of this because I just want this to be I need everybody to be motivated. Offense, be slighted. Nobody expects much of you. Aaron Rodgers, hey, you're washed. Okay, cool. All right, Mike, you lost it because you're already you coming off that ACL, so we don't know. That's going to be at least another year before you could come off. Okay, I'm trusting us, man. But I'm telling you though, my last point is I'm with Bonesy, man. As I'm saying, I'm going to 2 games this year, which is big for me because I'm not a baller like that. But anyhow, to be going to 2 games is just how confident I feel about what JD has done about this roster because I haven't seen anyone play. But after we put this mud hole in the 49ers week 1, it's going to be different.
Devin, from your lips to God's ears, my man. Great call. I love it. Can't wait to meet you in person. And you are a baller, Devin. So I have just received a screenshot from Boomtown of what the AI chat currently reads. Viewers are discussing Bobby's latest video with opinions ranging from support to criticism. They are also talking about other topics such as the smell of gas and the Cheats fans' ability to turn human skin into shoes. This show, man. Addison also sent me the same screenshot on Discord. Unreal. Nate writes in, Jake exclusive video. How much would Bobby make singing on the subways of NYC? The limit does not exist. Jordan writes in, came across your stream after the Jags game 2 seasons ago, looking to see if any fans felt the same way I did. And I've been watching the show ever since. Thank you, Jordan. That's very nice of you. We've been through a lot, Jet fans. This year, we finally win.
He stinks.
This year, we finally win. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the pool, Purple Belt Mike is up next. Hello, Mike.
Yo, what up?
Who's got it better than you, Mike?
Nobody. I had 2 hours of pickleball today, and then I just mowed the lawn, and I just jumped in here. I had you on the whole time, but now I'm relaxing. I'm like, oh, God. Feels good.
How is pickleball? Are you into it? I've never played, but all my friends play.
I'm into it. I like it. It's good. It's a different thing than jiu-jitsu because it's so easy. So I get to just, chill.
It's good exercise, too.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you don't really run. Tennis is like that's real exercise. Pickleball is kind of like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. I just wanted to chime in, say, Bobby, I got your back, brother. Always. You kick someone's ass. I got you, brother.
Nate says Mike looking like 1995 Neil.
You know what? I should have got a cigar. Damn, that's what I'm missing right now.
You
Fuck.
really do look a little very Neil-like with the pool, the float, the angle. Very Neil-like.
Neil's pool is banging though. I gotta upgrade. I need like a $40,000 pool. That's what he's got. Maybe even more than that. Maybe it's like $80,000 pool. My pool is like $1,000. So
It's a quality pool.
It's it gets the job done for now.
Yeah.
Well,
Mike, you enjoy that pool, all right? Enjoy a nice Long Island summer day.
Yeah, baby. Peace.
Purple Belt Mike checking in honor of Mike giving us his best Neil impression. We present this.
I can't believe you cut me off, Jake.
Blast off. Yeah. Nothing like it. Zach Bounce says paddleball is where it's at. Haven't played that either. Addison says Bobby sitting on his orange chair in front of New York landmarks. That would be, if someone wants to Photoshop Bobby sitting in the orange chair in front of the Statue of Liberty, the Times Square red steps, the McDonald's where Carly ate 73 chicken McNuggets, the Freedom Tower, Empire State Building, Brooklyn Bridge. I will showcase each image on the show. Could you imagine? Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is one of our favorites. A guy who actually got the chance to meet Aaron Rodgers this past Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on Dre.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
Hello, Dre.
Hey, how's it going, Jake? How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
We're living the dream, Dre.
Hey, happy Sunday to you, sir. Just think, in about 2 months, this will be game day, and we will be getting ready for victory like we've never known it. Like, we've seen great teams just be great, and we're like, wow, look at the greatest show on turf. Oh, the Lakers, Showtime basketball. Oh my God, all this greatness. This time it actually gets to be our team that's doing the greatness. Like our fathers saw Name It and talk about the great quarterback play. And we're like, you gave us.
Uh-oh, Dre, did we lose you? Dre? He gone. Dre went full Ricky NY with the internet there.
He's going to die.
We all know what Dre's message is, though. Garrett Wilson, 28 touchdowns. Jets 17-0. FJJ FL. So there you go, Dre. I help spread the Dre agenda. Jesus, Jerry, Bobby Orange Chair, Eiffel Tower. Oh, that'd be tremendous. I saw Hawk had a good comment for once. The park where Scott chased the ducks. I'd love to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, for comment on this new concept, we bring on Bobby. Bobby, your thoughts on that?
What comment?
Your thoughts on you taking pictures with the orange chair in front of notable New York landmarks.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I like that one.
Would you do it though?
I probably would.
What if I told you we could get you center court at Madison Square Garden? where the orange chair would blend in with the orange Knicks logo. It would be perfect.
Yeah, right. Sure.
You would do it, though.
Yeah, I would do it.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Not the Eiffel Tower. I'm not in Paris, so whoever came up with that idea was wrong.
Have you been to
And
Paris?
No, never. I don't know. I have enough money to go over there. And then if you go up to Scott's thing, I probably could do it up there too. I'm only an hour and a half away from where he lives.
Very nice.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yankees are losing out this time,
Yeah.
2-1.
I know.
Well, we still got time.
Mm-hmm.
Still early in the game.
Long game.
Yeah, well, why did it start so early today?
It's a
It's a
Roku
Sunday
only
game.
game. That's why.
Oh, Roku. Yeah, that's right. But I get it free on my Kodi TV, which
Nice.
I haven't got in trouble for 8 years. I haven't got in trouble.
Don't say
watching
that
it.
too loud, Bobby. The feds could be watching.
I don't care about them. I haven't got in trouble for 8 years.
All right.
Okay, talk to you soon.
You got it. What time are you going live?
Right after your show.
Well, you know I love the Yankees and the Jets, and to read the super chats are more than just a hat. Bobby.
All right, Bobby's on board, folks. If there was ever a time to RSVP for the watch party, it is right now. Link is in the description for the video. Simple enough. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Once again, I'll put the watch party graphic on the screen. It's August 17th. You RSVP with the link in the description. Party starts at 7 or 6:30. Kickoff is at 7. T-Squared Social. It's right next to Grand Central Station. So if you're coming from Long Island, easy to get to. Connecticut or Westchester, easy to get to. Jersey, easy to get to. You live in the city, easy to get to. Make sure you VSPU, as Bobby would say, also known as RSVP. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to everyone who watched the show. Please hit the like button on your way out of here. Thanks to everyone who donated a channel membership. Thanks to everyone who called in, and everyone, of course, who tuned in as well. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. We're another day closer to training camp getting underway. JETS, Jets. And I will talk to you guys soon. Let's go Jets, baby.
It's time for some life lessons with Scott.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Bill Parcells had a horse here. Years ago, I was doing pest control. So I'm spraying around this pool, and you can tell it's his house. Of course, my pants fall down. They're clapping and hooting and hollering. I get a call back from the office, and go, hey, Scott, are you spraying with your pants off? Because people are calling in because your pants are down, looking at your legs and your underwear. I was like, yeah, I'm spraying with my pants down. They wanted me to flex and shit, so I did. Show off my legs. I'm worried about our right guard.
Scott, how do you go back to talking about football?
I just weighed myself at the gym. What we're doing is this. So I got to get my fat ass into shape. I'll have my workouts taped.
What is the goal?
I want to be sat down. An entity comes in. It's Mother Nature. And I'm sitting down in this cave, and there's like the ambiance of all the here we go, Gator. Fireflies are lighting up like candles. I am who you think I am. I am Mother Nature herself. From the deep sea creatures to my land beasts to all swarms, everything that nourishes and grows. Creatures of flight. That's the shit you start with. I'm starting to get my world-class legs back again. My legs are awesome. I'm going to say this one time. I'm going to get into shape. Muscularity, thickness. I've been homeless twice. So what I'm telling you is that when they say you can't do shit, no. Anyone who has ailments and physical disabilities, you're limitless. I hope it helps somebody. If it helps somebody, that's all that matters.
God bless, Scott.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing from you again and following the fitness journey.
Well,
are you with all the ducks right now? There's a lot of quacking going on.
There was 2 ducks fighting. The youngsters are swimming, but yeah, we're out there. So there's our youngsters. Should I ask them if they want to go on YouTube? Excuse me, ladies. NFL Jet football talk on YouTube. You want it? It's live. Do you want to go on and just say hello to YouTube?
No, thank you.
Oh.
I thought you were going to ask the ducks if they wanted to come on the show, not the 2 ladies at the park.
You know what? Generation Z and X, it's like, look, guys, and these people looked at me like I'm kind of crazy and shit. I got to get in shape. IV, liquid water. Here.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit. Whatever. 6-pack of abs. It's not working.
Take it easy there, Scott. Scott.
And all you're gonna see them because they're gonna look amazing. You know, like Bobby Midnight set. He's a big ball of crap.
Well, Scott, thanks for calling. I'm glad day one of the workouts went well, and you're still not banned from the park.
Never forget it.
I never will. Thank you. Hello, Scott.
Oh, like I said, pest control when I was spraying his house and my pants fell down. I got to go with the gym.
Scott, thank you for the time. What the hell? Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is Scott, who's called back in. Hello, Scott. 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 Let me try and wake him up. Hold on. Didn't work. Let's see if he's awoken. Scott, you're up next. Hello, Scott. Hey.
Oh, hey. No, I'm awake. It just with the underwear.
Yes.
Did you like that? That's nothing, dude. I've been kicked out of 2 zoos. In a cage, there was a male tiger and a male lion. The male tiger didn't like me. He tried to pee on me, the male lion. Now, that's a rope about like this thick that shot out about 8 to 10 feet. I got kicked out of that one.
Oh, no. We can't lose Scott mid-second story on why he was banned from a zoo.
And those were just a few life lessons from Scott.
I do love that about Jets fans. You know what I mean? They care so damn much. And this has been a shit season for sure. But we will be back.
Hell yeah.